Hello, hello. It is good to see you, Bones. Bones, no. You have to work with the chronic illness, not against it. Bones was left unsupervised. Bones needs an adultier adult. Well, I hope it doesn't flare too bad. And I hope that the having a clean environment to be in helps. Today, I have a bit of a... I don't know whether you'll find this a treat, Bones. Just because we work with books doesn't mean you have to like books. But I'm going to be going through my vintage book collection today. Because I never wrote down the dates. I have looked through these and I have a lot of knowledge in my head about these books, but I've never written them down. And so I'm going to make these inserts. There we go. I'm going to make these inserts on these cards, and then fold them and then put them in the books so that you have a bit of information when you open the book. Hopefully that won't stretch the spines too much. It's not too thick card. But I have a lot to go through here. Hey Pale, how you doing? It's good to see you. I'm in love with today already. This is good. Also, for any puzzlers who are in today, because I figured that going through my vintage books is going to be... There's not much for people in chat to do, so I made a puzzle. And the puzzle is what will be on the cover of Very Vocal Fables Volume 2, which is drafted, written, and there is a proof in the post. I did that! I'm only like a year late. Bones, hey! First of all, Bones, thank you for streaking. I love the view. And second of all, thank you for the 5 stream streak. That is so nice. I'm a newbie, but I've managed this for 5 streams. Hell yeah, Bones. Thank you so much. I'm down the workshop making some bookmark blanks. Thank you so much, Pale. Oh, thank you so much for giving your time and energy towards this. It's really, really nice of you to do. Right, let me make sure my setup is all right. And then I need to get... No, I'm going to put the books down by my feet and then I'm going to get them out one by one. That be the plan. We'll start with Dumas. You already know Dumas. This is the one I'm actually reading on my YouTube at the moment. And I didn't realize how old it actually was. It doesn't say when this was printed, but this edition is from the 50s. And the pages are so white and perfect, it makes me think that nobody's really read it before. This edition, 1952. First and probably the best English translation, namely that by William Barrow. Printed in Holland. So I was going to try and get an exact date from it. But we'll see. This is the kind of stuff that I'm going to be looking for today. I think it's definitely been rebound. I think these papers are more new than the 50s. They feel newer. So I was just going to try and grab as much information out of all of them that I could. And then write that into a little insert. Because sometimes it says it's done in like the 50s, but then there'll be a date inside of it that's further than the 50s. And then you know that it wasn't published then. Because an edition is one thing, but then a published date is a different thing. I need to bring the camera down. Oh, damn this bloody camera stand. Damn it to heck. Do you really want, because I have some duplicates of some? Oh yes, please, Bones. Any and all. Any and all vintage books make me happy. I got a New Woman in White copy from 67 from a charity shop near where we work. I went on a little crawl after work. But yes, that's going to be the gist of today. Three Musketeers. See, I think it's been rebound, but then it does have some damage. There is some damage on this. It's got a plasticky cover, and I always think like, oh, the 50s was too early for plastic. No, it wasn't. People forget how brown and plasticky the 60s were. Everything was brown and plastic. I have so many pretty vintage books. As you should! As you should! The new pictures of the ones I have. Yes, please, Bones. I'm going to write down the details like that and then just slip that into the book so I have a bit more information. I don't know, a lot of these books have the 2 backward C's on them. And I don't know if that's a printing company. Let me take a look. It either means Creative Commons or Chanel. That can't mean Chanel. Surely not. Surely not. This has to be something that predates all of that. Ace Books. No, that's science fiction. Likely to be a colophon, publisher's emblem of Crassic Press. Is this Crassic Press? Or has it been redone by Crassic Press? Collins. It's been done by Collins. Collins. Is that the old logo? Did Chanel steal Collins's logo? Mine are mainly Gothic literature because I definitely have never had Tism a day in my life. You mentioned your Dracula copy and I'm so jealous. I need it. So if it was published by Collins, but then potentially rebound by this other company, printed in Holland by Drukkerij Holland. Let's take a look. Oh, naturally it would take me to a website in a different language. Of course it would. Okay, I'm going to definitely need to do a bit more research into this than I thought I was going to. Let me try and translate this page. They're still printing. But nearly a century, Drukkerij, I'm definitely pronouncing this wrong, where's Lady Magora? Holland has been producing high-quality printed matter with great pleasure for craftsmanship. That reinforces that I think that this has been rebound, especially the paper on the inside with these backward C's. Logo historical, let's have a look. No, I can't find anything on that. Their new logo is very modern, but I think that would have been designed well before, well after the 50s. I think this has been rebound. Sneak attack, Pinja! Lady Magora! How you doing? Show me the spine. The spine gives nothing away other than Collins. But then, so it says Collins, but then on the inside it says Collins again, but then printed. Does that mean that Collins was using Drukkerij Holland in Amsterdam? What does that mean? It's definitely Collins because it's got Collins on the inside. London and Glasgow. That's really confusing. Collins Clear Type Press. Oh, Bones, you legend. Thank you. Collins Clear Type Press. Is that the logo, though? If that's the original cover from the 50s, then that is in ridiculously good quality. Maybe it was CC for Collins Classics, because this would have been a classic by then. For sure. Oh yeah, this looks like a classic book. I'm just looking at other examples. They have this little, like, they have the title and then these little bits down the bottom. Let me try and find the exact edition here. Collins Clear Type Press, Classics, Three Musketeers, blue cover. Let me try and find it. Ooh, they have a green one, but they don't have a blue one. Knee deep in eBay right now. I mean, it is making me feel that it's been rebound, but it's quite possible that this is its own copy. There are things in a very similar style, but there's nothing that's, like, exactly the same. Here's the rebind. What's the rebind? Oh no, that was something somebody made. Aha. That looks extremely similar, but not quite the same. That looks different. Collins Clear Type Press, 1920s. That's the one that I found. That is exactly the same. Hang on, let me post this in the chat. Please don't ban me, there's a link in the chat. I have a fact sheet that's concerningly long with logos and print press information. Please lend me your knowledge. It's their pocket-friendly classics. Ah. They utilize the Dutch printers. I see. That was making me think that it'd been reprinted, but I don't think it has. Thank you so much for this information, Bones. Getting much better. The bandage that was pressing down on the wound has been removed. Feels a lot better. Pain grade has gone down since my mum took it off. Wounds are surprisingly small compared to what I expected. Yeah, they use, like, very long... They use 3 very long things for those sorts of operations, I think. I won't go into too much details, but... Newt DMs. Oh, that sounds serious. Ooh, are those the colour options? They look amazing! I already want a yellow one real bad. That yellow is stunning. Okay, let me... Pocket-friendly classics. Thank you so much, Bones. Three. Classics. Collins. Blue. Of all of those words, I spelt the word blue wrong. I spelt it clue. See, when I type that in, that doesn't come up with anything. But then when I go into the back rooms of eBay and Etsy, I get a lot more. But you can see that that's definitely part of the same series. I know it's not listed there, but you can see that there was a stamp there, and then they have these there. That is absolutely... Does this person have a picture of the inside of theirs? Yes, and it has the backward C print. That's original. Stop giving me copies from 2008. Let me type in the edition. It was 52, wasn't it? 1952. Or they could just put when this was printed. Okay, that one's been leather bound. That one has been rebound. That one is the red edition. Maybe they only printed the blue ones with the Dutch. That's so similar, but it has a completely different cover. That one has a fleur-de-lis, or fleur-de-lis. Sorry, the page you're looking for cannot be found. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of those red copies. That's interesting. Jeff, how you doing? Banned, no. Yep, I really like them, Pale. Thank you so much. I'll make sure to list them. Check the one I sent on Discord. Let me see. Thank you, Bones. Oh, yeah. So, yep, I found that one. But is that not different? Because I thought that those marks could have potentially rubbed off. I thought that that was fair. But then there's no mark underneath there. And that has a torso on it. Of course, the first one that I try to identify and date is really difficult because they just haven't written the publication date on there. They've written the edition, but not the publication date, which is really annoying. So that's the 1930s variant of it. You think so? Or the one that you sent is the 1930s variant of it? All dated at their fronts. Yeah, this person has just looked in the thing. It would just be nice to know the exact edition. You know what I mean? This is another Etsy listing with the same thing. Clear Type Press. Collins Clear Type Press. Classics. That's all I'm getting. But then when I type that in, I get absolutely nothing. Collins Clear Type Press. The immediate one that I get when I type all of that information into Google is a green copy. This was the 1950s reprint. I'll keep working on it. Don't worry, don't worry. Bones, I feel like you're my co-worker right now. I mean, you are in real life, but I feel like you're doing the work for me. Because this is... Yeah, let me write down these dates. Because I keep flicking to the front of the book to see it. This edition. This edition is the 1952 edition. But when it was published, I don't know. I'll write down... Collins, what was it? Collins... I consider myself informally hired. Collins Clear Type Press. I think that's true. Collins Clear Type Press, but printed in Holland. Printed in Amsterdam. So if I were to type all of... I wish I could copy and paste that. I were to type all of that in. Three Musketeers. Collins Clear Type Press. Blue 1952. Printed in Holland. Then I must find it. That is all the information. No, I immediately found an edition that is extremely similar, but that doesn't match. I think just because there's so many copies, it's gonna take ages to find this, isn't it? The listings that I'm finding on Etsy are really helpful because these are the exact editions on Etsy. There's 2 listings on Etsy with that exact pattern. But they've only put the information that I already know because it's already in the cover of the book. But that has let me know that more than likely that this page is original. I don't know about I.H.R. Robbins. Could be alluding to Oxford University English teacher. No, that's going to take even longer to find. That's going to be like a local history thing that I'm going to have to dig into. But that stamp, I want to know what that stamp means. Burps in popcorn. Hey, B, how you doing? I'm glad you got popcorn. Page is definitely original. It's just the blue that's stumping me, right? There's green copies, there's red copies, there's every other color but blue with this pattern. Means it was stamped. Duh, you're so right. You're so right. I can't... The only ones that I can find with those are on Etsy. But the Etsy listings only have the information that I already know on there. But it's good to know that they exist. All dated at their fronts, so this one says. So maybe that's the limit to the information we can get. It's just the date in the front, which is this edition 1952. Maybe that's all we can get from this. I'm gonna put Three Musketeers, blue copy, 1952. I'm not looking for a film. I promise you I'm not looking for a film. It can't be a first edition, you silly goose. He was alive in the 1800s. I think I'm getting to the end of this pile of research that I can do because all of the links are turning purple. Let's look at the images tab real quick. Yeah, that's it. That's all I can get, I think, from Tinternet. Unless I were to look really deeply. I found an even closer one, but it's still red. No, for real, it's really hard to find. One more look of the logo. So I can... You mean this logo? Or you mean the Collins logo? This one? With the fountain? Focus, camera, focus. I believe in you, camera. And then this guy on the end. It's like a tree. It's like a tree branch. It's leaves going up. And then it just has the Collins down at the bottom with nothing else. Sorry, the camera's very bright. I found the red variant. I keep finding red and green and all sorts. 1 second. Pardonnez-moi. Leaves going up. Excited Adam in the Garden of Eden. Literally, it's leaves just straight up. I found the edition on Etsy, but that's just a copy on Etsy. But they've noted down exactly what's in the front of the book. They've not actually dated it, because the edition is one thing, but the print is another. So this edition can be 1952, but the print can be 1978. Like, it can be anything, and I want that date. That's what I'm after here. Introduction by Sydney Dark, if that helps. That's the actual story. The dates at the back only go up to 31. This is collected editions. This is his other works, his bibliography. But it doesn't say other versions of it. And that's it. That's it. I think we're going to have to note down what we have and then move on. I have food. I have food, which is good, but I am not going to eat straight away. Collins Clear Type Press, printed in Holland. That's all I have for this, I think. I'm just seeing the Amazon listing of that book. Oh, yeah? Do you mean like the Amazon listing of another version? I'm going to put stamped. I.H.R. Robbins. Don't know what that means. It's 1952. Know that book. I sent it on Discord. Ooh, let me see. Oh yeah, the red version. Is it that the red version was printed in the UK and that the blue version was outsourced? That's my next thought. And that maybe this one is a little bit rarer because it was not printed in the UK. Woo! You found it. That is the exact edition. But it has like a sleeve over it. That's another thing. I need to take measurements. I've gotten this out. I'm going to buy plastic sleeves for a lot of these. And I need to know their measurements in order to do that. Know the exact book. Is it B? Send the link. Can you send the link? Nobody ban B if he sends a link. You need a translation from Dutch. I'm here. Thank you, Lady Magora. I appreciate it. How are you finding these sorry, not B, bones. How are you finding these bones? Oh, it's like got a curve on the corner. That's annoyingly difficult. I'd say that's 12 centimeters. I have too much of a history of this. I have a code on my computer. What does it mean? Bones, I came to the right person today. What do you mean a code? You wrote code for this? Are you kidding? To cross-reference. Are you kidding? There's a 1966 reprint shipping from the UK. What did Bones say? 1952? So we definitely have dates for it. I don't want to crack the spine here. I just need to know what size wallet to order for this. 20... I'll call that 25. By 19. Because I will put this in a plastic wallet now that I know that the exterior is original. Because that is ages old. I always think that, like, oh, the 50s isn't that old. Yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. We're just getting older. Bones, I feel that. But I need to know what sort of plastic sheath to put this in, B. You know? You know? It's so cool that you found those versions, Bones. So it's definitely between... It's definitely 1952, yeah? Which is what it said in the interior. Magnum. Alright, that's our first thing done, and then I was just going to slip it there, and then when I need information on the book, I don't have to go searching. That was the plan for today. It's also the other side if I get any more information on it. Shall we go on to our next one? Depot 1952. Thank you so much, Bones. I appreciate it. Actually, let me pop that up here so that it's still around. Bones will be able to do this for pretty much all books, please. So, next one. Far from the Madding Crowd. Definitely a hardcover. I have no knife to cut these mushrooms. I also shouldn't be eating while going through vintage books, but you know what? Here we are. I'll keep rechecking my hands. Which City Narc was 1952 with a 66 reprint. Awesome. Thank you so much, both of you. How hard is it? This hard. I'll take it literally, Jeff. Far from the Madding Crowd, Thomas Hardy. This, I think, belongs to a set. Because you used to find with these sets... Sorry, the camera's creating a glare. You used to find with these sets that when they had these, like, plinths, these bits would join up together on the bookshelf. This says... It has a beautiful little note in the front, which says, "To Simon, for your 21st birthday, May 6th, 1970, all my love, Sue." I don't know who these people are, but how cute is that? I always buy the ones with notes in. This one cost me £3. 20th Century Classics. And this one's nice, because it says, first published 1874, first issued in Martin's Library 1957, reprinted these dates. This edition published 1970, and then it says all of this other stuff, which is wonderful. So I have all the information that I could possibly need. Are those Reader Digest short story collections? Maybe I have some of those, I don't know. But let's get this one written up. Far from the Madding Crowd. I actually haven't written the author. Have I written the author? Yes, I have on that. Thomas Hardy was a miserable git. I mean, I'm sure he went through a lot in his life, but he was a miserable git. So this quite clearly says 20th Century Classics. This is going to be easier to do because this is from the 70s. Wait until you get into the, I've got some ones from, like, 1910 in here. 20th Century Classics, brown and gold. Brown. I think, again, this is faux leather. It's not real leather. Looks like the Macmillan one, but it's missing part on the spine. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder why. Rebound, perhaps? 20th Century Classics. This edition. 1970. Which correlates with the note in the front because she signed it 1970, and this would be a brand new book. Bale, Newt throwing shade. Newt the Librarian's coming out today. I mean, you knew what was going to happen when I said vintage books. He just was. He was just so... I feel like he wasn't going to stop until everyone else was as miserable as he is. I wasn't trying to be poignant. He was trying to be miserable. Why did it throw, quote, 446 at you? Why? Send a pic on Discord again. Thank you. Comes up red on my screen. Yeah, I think that's the same copy. Same pattern on the front. Yes, absolutely. The spine. Yes, I see no difference there. Oh, this bit. That's missing. There's two bits there and there missing. Which is really odd because it looks like there's space for them. Right? Jeff, I see you solving the puzzle. Oh, bollocks, because I mistyped add. All good. Okay, so this edition, 1970. Who by? Who printed you? Oh. Printed in Great Britain by Richard Clay. The Chonka Press Limited, Burgundy, Bungay, Suffolk. That's interesting. So did they sign, like, because Richard Clay is so specific. Okay. It's that edition. Say those words again. What, Bungay? Can't find lower left corner. I'm blind. That's okay. You have plenty of time to solve it. Yeah. By arrangement with Macmillan and Co. Limited. Yeah, you're right. It is the Macmillan one. Look at that. You're so right, Bones. I am smart. You are smart. All right, beautiful. Let me put a note about the notes. And then measure, and then we're done with this guy. 20.5 centimeters. I don't think I'll put this one in a plastic wallet, but it'll be worth it to know. Okay, that's going to be hard to measure without cracking the spine. I'm going to have to add it together. 13.5 plus 13.5 plus... Someone do maths for me, please. 13.5 plus 13.5 is 27. 27 plus 3.5 is 30.5, yeah? They're probably supposed to be 20 by 30, but the 0.5 is because it's bent a bit. 27? Yeah, you got it. This is a fun game for Bones. This is good. This is good soup. Right, going in. There's 2 done. We have many, many more to do. Let me just grab a bite of food. I need to grab a bite of food, and also I need a drink. Not a stiff one. Okay. Let me give you one of my biggest mysteries to solve. Here's a good one for you, Bones. You solve this one while I grab my drink. This is Lady Barnhouse School, rebind of a book. The Call of the Homeland, Scott and Wallace. I'm convinced that it's a rebind because this colour is so bright. Here we go. Signed Helen O'Cohen with best wishes, Midsummer 1911, Miss Beand. And I've looked up Miss Beand and I think she was the head teacher. That's the front page for you. London, Blackie and Son Limited, Glasgow, Dublin and Bombay. And it's a collection of English verse. And that's pretty much all the information on it. I'm convinced that it's a rebind. Because I don't think it was published for the school. But this will probably have some local history attached to it. Found it in Oxford. So, good luck. I'm going to go grab a drink. It's a nice edition. It's a very nice edition. And I think that it was given to the person in this for their mathematics, but I don't know where I'm getting that from. Maybe I made that up. I thought that was the computer mouse then. I was wiggling it. It's a nice little book. Where was Lady Barnhouse School, do you reckon? Oh, it's in Cheshire. Oh no, that says, moved to its present location from Lady Barn, Manchester in the 1950s. So this is from Lady Barn, Manchester, because that is signed 1911. And if this was from 1911, I don't think the cover would be in such good shape. It's a very unique copy. Maps. You always have the best emotes, Jeff. While I'm having my snack and drink time, I might check on your puzzling. I'm really getting into mushrooms at the moment. MS Beand. There's a history of the houses section on their website. That's interesting. Note! I may have the chance to get barn owl from the falconry I do, volunteering work. This little fellow is scared to fly. Something that happened to him a long time ago. My dad wants to think about it in the positive note. Oh, hell yeah! How would you keep it? Would you make a... You would make an aviary for it, right? And then... Or would it be free roaming because it's afraid to fly? So it's definitely rebrowned. Can I hear the deets again? Absolutely you can. Let me just check my hands. Make sure my hands are okay to touch it. So, Lady Barn House School. The Call of the Homeland, Scott and Wallace. With these little vine leaves on it. Helen O. Cohen. With Great Wishes, Midsummer 1911. M.S. Beand. Call of the Homeland, a collection of English verse and selected and arranged by R.P. Scott, LLD, and Catherine T. Wallace. That logo, which is a crazy logo. London, Blackie and Some Limited. Glasgow, Dublin, and Bombay, MCM 7. That's all we get. It was originally green! Oh, you don't like the rebind? No! Can't keep an owl on the 6th floor. Not an owl that's afraid to fly. Yeah. Can I compare page 184? That is so specific. But of course you can. $184 for you. Sorry, the camera's not fabulous. Against the dim hot summer blue, yon wave of white wild roses lies, watching with listless golden eyes. The green leaves shutting out their view, and tiny leaves whose motions bright are like small wings of emerald light. How beautiful is that? That's so pretty. Yep, you found it? I know the copy. Bones, you're a legend. I just sat here and ate pasta while you did that. Am I even the streamer anymore? Do you have a picture of the original copy? You're so pretty pale. Coming in being the charmer. No face cam today, just hand cam. If you send me the prettiest green book and I find out that it was rebound from that, I'm gonna be so upset. It was published in 1907. This might be my oldest book. Okay, this might be my oldest book. Newt Fingies, that's me. I'm the streamer now. Yes, I do. Thanks for asking. So, 1907. Hang on, let me note these down. See how I've done this one. Lady Barnhouse School Rebind. So did they do that for every book in their library? Can you imagine the budget that school had? Are you kidding? They probably even paid the teachers. I hate that they put the sticker in there, but now that I know that this isn't original, I feel better. I don't know anything about Helen O'Cohen or Miss Biand. Or MS Biand. Let me type those into Google real quick. We're getting deep into local history. There's a post on Facebook. Okay, that's just like Oxford local history. No idea about those names. As always in your Discord, though from what I can see, they did it for award books. Oh, that makes sense. So this would have been some sort of award. And then this person has, if they were gifted it in 1911 when they were young, this person has likely passed away and their child's not understood the significance of this. Check the inside pages. So cool. What software are you using? Can I save this? Okay, for people on the stream. Oh, sorry. I forgot to make it non-visible until I resized it. That's what it used to look like. According to Bones, whom I trust with my life now. Yep. That's so nice. I'm so sad that they threw it away. Helen won this book. Yes, please, Bones. I would love that, because I'm definitely looking towards expanding my vintage book collection. Helen, who was probably known to the person who gave this to the charity shop as Grandma, won this book in 1911 for something. Big up Helen. Big up Helen. Lady Barnhouse School Rebind. This edition. Did you find the edition? You did. You messaged in. Sorry, Bones. Published in 1907. Thank you so much, Bones. BRB, all good, Pale? Enjoy your BRB. I just put London with an M. MCM7. GG Helen. GG Helen. I hope that Helen felt real special when she got this. I hope that Helen 100 and... Oh god, do some maths for me. 105? No, 115. Is that 115 years ago? 105 or 115 years ago? Help me out here. Help me out here, my brain just a snot. Dom of Lon. Dom of Lon. Let me do some maths. I have a physical calculator that I just didn't pull out. 115? Is that it? That's crazy. That's crazy work. See, I love this kind of history stuff. And even though it's Rebound, this is still from 1911, that cover. In 2026 minus 1911. 115 years ago, a little schoolgirl called Helen got given this. Come on. And I picked it up in a charity shop. Why would Helen's family get rid of this? So it's probably known as great-grandma. Probably known as great-grandma, right? All good. All good, Pale. All good. I need to know who Helen O'Cohen is. Or who she was. I need to know who she was. Helen O'Cohen, 1911. Oh, you can go to the Oxfordshire County Council website and get, like, Oh, we're gonna have to go through, like... like, old newspaper photographs and things. I might have to leave that for another day, because otherwise I could be stuck on this forever. Let me search up the lady who's gifted it. M.S. Beand. I'm fairly sure I've looked this up before, and she's the head teacher. Could refer to Robert Brand, 1st Baron Brand, who was an active in English society, politics and banking during that era. Local celeb? I'm sure I looked her up and she was the head teacher. Complete set of Tolstoy from the 1890s. I'm so jealous. Give to me through Twitch chat right now, please. You want to keep going? I'm so interested in Helen. Okay, that's all the information we have. Note in front. I got to measure. You know we got to measure. I think that's supposed to be 18, but it's bulged a bit. Let's put 18.2 centimeters. And then height, we'll add them together again because it's too stiff without snapping the spine. That is 13 plus 13 is 26 plus 3 is 29. Width 15. If I do choose to get plastic wallets, that should be fairly simple. Okay, your next book. Should I give you one of my really old ones? The old ones I don't like showing on stream because they have what was then appropriated into the Nazi symbol on them. There is a swastika on them, which is very strange. I'll give you this one. This one I don't pay much attention to, and I don't know why. Wasn't the head teacher? The head teacher would have been Miss Beard at that point. No, but isn't that what it says? Miss Beand, but that could be an R. That could be an R. Probably someone in the English department. Mm-hmm. Old book, heck. Is this an old book? What kind of old book is this? Hang on, let me take down the picture that you so brilliantly got me. Thank you. Okay. David Copperfield, Charles Dickens, Kingsmead. This is sat in an old library for so long, and because you can see, this is such a lovely bright red, and then the spine, which is supposed to be the same colour, is just worn out. It's Macmillan & Co. down the bottom. Then yes, that's her. Yeah, I thought so. I researched it ages ago. That was me misreading the R as an N. Oh.
Good puppy.
Couldn't be me. This is... Oh, no, this is the one that was awarded for mathematics. Okay, yeah. So, this one says someone's dated this in the charity shop. 1930. Prize awards J.O. Somerset for mathematics by D. Schlurk, the headmaster. Is this another rebound? No, it hasn't been rebound. Those pages are stuck together. I might have to separate those pages. Oh, I do have to separate those pages. This is a printing error. I'm gonna have to get something real sharp to bust those pages open. Hang on. BRB. Ah, there we go. That's what we got. Thank you, Pale, for those biddies. I appreciate them. And quick reminder, any bits, subs, anything today, ad revenue, all goes towards the new setup. Oh, how go? I also apologise for any background noise because someone is mowing their lawn right under my window. Okay, let me look this one up. That's the Macmillan Company of Canada stamp. Pale. I would never. How dare you? How dare you? Again, a little stuck. I've not paid any attention to this book. I picked it up on holiday, probably at a National Trust property, and then I just put it in my box of old books, and then I haven't opened it. A reprint of the first edition with the illustrations and an introduction, biographical and bibliographical, by Charles Dickens the Younger. This looks like the 1930 reprint. Printed in Great Britain. Okay, that's quite simple. That's just told you it's reprinted in 1930 and it's labelled 1930 at the front. Alright. Very simple. St. Martin Street? That's Theatre District now, is it? Sorry, I can hardly hear anything. The lawnmower outside's really loud. Okay, so this one's fairly simple by the looks of it. David Copperfield, Charles Dickens, Kingsmead. I don't understand the Kingsmead bit. Is that the school? In which case, was this printed for the school? Yeah, it says Kingsmead up there. In which case, is this a rebind? Don't do this to me. Is it another school rebind? It's annoying that that's undated. Take a look in the back. No, nothing in the back. Happy streaming! Back to work, sad Jeff noises. No worries, Jeff. It was lovely to see you. Thank you for solving a bunch of that puzzle. You've nearly done all of the, yeah, you're one puzzle piece outside of having done all of the outside of the puzzle. So well done. And thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. And thank you for stopping by and watching me catalogue vintage books. And again, it looks like the original was meant to be green. Another rebind? That surprises me because I think that the age of this outside of this fits with it. Okay, so let's do what I did for this one. The title first. David Copperfield. I've stopped eating now so I can give a bit more focus. Charles Dickens. Kingsmead Rebind, right? Kingsmead Rebind. Published 1930. Let me keep searching. All good. Published 1930, but this edition is a reprint of the first edition. Yeah. Nice. Printed by Macmillan Company. And then those are the reprints, printed in Great Britain. By Edinburgh. Looks like a school rebind for sure. The school is in Royal Tunbridge Wells. Well, this was published in Edinburgh. School is in Royal Tunbridge Wells. Let me take a look. Kingsmead School. It's still going? Maybe this one was the one that I looked up and it was the head teacher. The Mead School. It's a nursery now. Okay, that's cool. Let me check this again. So if this was... No, it could be any time after, couldn't it? 1930. This doesn't have to be 1930 because they've not signed the date. And okay. Kingsmead School. I think it says D.S. H.I. L.E.R.C.K. Mr. D.L.S. Shilcock. Shilcock? Oh, we found him. Don't ban me, that's me. They renamed it apparently. The nursery apparently. Ooh. Also, I need to open this can of drink really far away from the books. Anytime after 1930, right? That's why it's so hard to get done. And I put it in a glass so I don't spill it. Do as I say, not as I do. Never process vintage books while drinking fizzy drinks, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Why? Because I'm into them right now. I'm really into them right now. My tummy says I can eat fizz again, which is good. It keeps freezing? What, the website or me? I keep freezing, that's a problem.
Naughty girl.
Don't you dare. I'll have you know I've been very good today. I drank a lot of water today. And give her those biddies pale. But my Wi-Fi is awful. Okay, let me check. I'm only on 4000 kbps, and according to OBS, I've got 0 dropped frames. So it might be a you issue, which is unfortunate. Okay, so, I mean, it's signed the headmaster, so we know that. Okay. Let me look for his name real quick. Shilcock. What a name! Sounds went straight at the beginning of the war when it moved temporarily to safer pastures in Devon. In the meantime, premises were occupied in a Covenant school returned to Seaford. Remained headmaster for 33 years. So Douglas Shilcock, this is given us a 33-year date, ending in 1951. 1918 to 19... Signed... Headmaster. 1918. So we know that it couldn't have been then because this is dated 1930 as a book. So to 1951. So that means he could only have given this out between 1930 and 1951, correct? Yeah. Look at us doing historical research. All good, Bones. Oh, research book soon. All good, Bones. Hey, you've put in a shift here. Thank you so much. It's still there, called St. Martin's House. Hey, Pale, get you. So that would have been... Hang on. Oh no, this one was done in Canada. This one's from... Wait, no, that was not done in Canada. This one's done in Edinburgh, but it's stamped with the Canadian copyright. That's so weird. I guess that's when it started, the Macmillan Company. Again, I might not put these because these are such lovely hardcovers. And sometimes you can stifle a book, especially if it's leather, actual leather. Sometimes you can stifle it and discolor it with plastic, but in case I do, I will take the measurements. That is 19 exactly. And then I'll add these together because I don't want to crack the spine on something like this. This is clearly sat unopened for a really long time. 13 plus 13 is 26. And then plus 3.5 is 29.5. Lovely. So that's the information we have for this guy. It's really interesting that we have a time frame, or that we managed to discern a time frame based on that. Prize awarded to J.O. Somerset. If I ever get the chance to research the people these were awarded to, I'm going to have to go into local history archives and stuff. But I think that would be a really interesting thing to do. I love the human history. And the reason that I picked a lot of these up is because they have signatures in the front. Okay, let's go through some of the more, or what I think are the more modern ones, or ones that I think are part of the same set. I think these are all part of the same set. I picked them up at the same time. And they've all got the same pattern on the spine. Woman in White, Moonstone, Cranford, Wilkie Collins, and Mrs. Gaskell. 2 by Wilkie Collins and 1 by Mrs. Gaskell. And indeed, the Mrs. Gaskell one looks like the pattern is in a slightly different colour, a slightly warmer colour. But they're clearly the same editions, right? Let's take a look-see. Got this one for £3. The Literary Heritage Collection. Distributed by Heron Books. A collection distributed by Heron Books. So it said it differently, but it is the same thing. The Literary Heritage Collection. Okay. So we have a continuity thing for that. I think these ones were done... These are fairly modern in terms of vintage books. But it has less dates in the front. But the pages look so fresh. Printed and bound in England. Published in arrangement with J.M. Dent and Sons. Printed on wood-free paper. And bound by Hazel and Viney Limited, Aylesbury Bucks. So I don't have a clue how old these are, actually. These don't have any dates. Well, we can look it up. I reckon these are from the 80s. 80s? Place your bets. 80s. So it's the Heron collection. The Literary Heritage Collection. The Heron. Published date 68? These are in good quality for being from the 60s. No, that can't be right. Published primarily in the 60s and 70s. These editions are highly sought after by collectors for their signature faux leather bindings. Thank you, AI. Let's look at Barter Books. Dark blue gilt hardback tooled leatherette cover, 1968. And then it's got all of these listed down here. Sorry, this is written in really small. 15, The Woman in White. The Woman in White is number 15 in the collection. Cranford and the Moonstone. Cranford is number 23. The Moonstone I can't find on there. But that could just be my eyes, because it's very small font. Be nice to know exactly when they were published. I don't know why these things don't have dates. Heron Books Index. Is this the first one that's going to have an index? Oh, yes, please. The Moonstone, Woman in White. Yes, this is it. This is it. This is it. Published by Heron Books in the 1960s. There we go. The 2 Wilkie Collins, 1960s. Let's write these down. They're pretty much the same size, which is lovely. So, Moonstone, Wilkie Collins. I thought these weren't going to be so old. Maybe it's the wood-free paper has made the paper look really young. If it's wood-free paper, what's it made of? Collins. And this is the... Okay. What have I put on the other ones? I instantly forget what I've written on these insert cards, and I have to take out the most recent one. Published... Well, published and printed are two very different things. So this would have been published in Wilkie Collins' lifetime, which... Well, I can look up the publication date. Printed is what I need to put. Printed? (1960s). Doesn't say when, but I think that they were printed en masse, so it's a bit hard to tell. Heron books I've already put, so I think that that's as simple as measuring now. Yeah. Easy peasy, these ones. On the building note, the Macmillan House, you will be pleased to know it's now a public library. Are you kidding? Oh, hell yeah. That's so good. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, I'm so happy. We overtake everywhere. Well, we better. Even though aren't we like billions of pounds in debt right now? Hopefully that's not a library secret. We've overspent by a lot. Oh, index. I got FOMO. Index. Oh, yeah. We love the index. Shh. Nothing happened. The public. No, this is good. It's the public's fault. No, it's not. It's the government's fault for not bloody funding us. 10, 12.7 I'll put for that. So that's going to be 12.7 plus 12.7. I'm not going to keep track of this, am I? Oh. That equals 25.4 plus 3 equals 28.4. Beautiful. It's everyone's fault but mine. No, for real. It's me forgetting to charge people that 35 pence for their printing. 20.7. Okay, that one's pretty simple. So will the next one be. Because they are both part of the same collection. I'm glad I got them together. There were a few more on the shelf, but I didn't pick them out. These were, I think they were like, yeah, £3 each. Again, probably a National Trust property. I blame Thatcher. I'm sure it can be traced back to her somehow. That's so real, Pale. I lied. It's my fault. Bones, no. What have you been doing? Bones, no. Wilkie Collins, and then it's exactly the same as what's on this, isn't it? Heron books. Classics. Collection blue. Printed 1960s. And then the height is the same. But the width might be different. It's that annoying 12.7. $25.4. do 3.4. Sorry if I'm just like mumbling to myself. 28.8 centimeters. Lovely. Sweet. Those are pretty much just all the same. The reprints in 1969. Are they? Did you get that? Well, because I'm looking at the Heron website, and it just says 1960s. There's not much detail in the front of these books about reprints or anything. I've on myself, that's my source of info. Damn right you do. I don't know if this is because it goes straight into it. Wood-free paper. Wood-free? What's wood-free paper? That exact one? They're from 69? I'll put it in brackets. There we go. Thank you very much, Bones. I appreciate... Again, I thought this was the mouse. I appreciate it. I love knowing random things. Now we have this slightly different one. It's gold instead of silver, but it's clearly part of the same collection. It's a copy of Cranford. Do I have a double copy of Cranford? I swear I had another copy. I have 2 copies of Women in White and 2 copies of Cranford. This copy of Mansfield Park makes me excited. I'll get that one on stream next. But that's going to be part of the same collection, isn't it? Cranford, Mrs. Gaskell. Oh, I also have a copy of Vanity Fair that I never put in the vintage book box. That's sat out on the landing. Might go grab that. Heron Books. We'll see how much time we have on stream today, because I feel like this is one of those things where I feel like 10 minutes has passed, but I reckon it's been 2 hours. I need to look up when these were printed, whether this was earlier or later. Check under the table, please. I think we may be losing a jigsaw piece. No! What do you mean? Is it the piece of... Whose ugly flower? Is that you, Pale? Oh, I thought it was going to be the corner piece that you just... Oh, yeah, it's the corner piece you just couldn't get. Okay, BRB, I'm going deep into the puzzle. Okay, it should be... Why can't I access the preview? Is it actually missing? Oh, hey. I don't see it either. What in the world? It's got to be some sort of trick of the light where it's like, oh no, did you find it? You found it! Yes! This is good! This is good! What do you think of the picture? This is the picture I'm putting on the front of Fables Volume 2. It's designed. The proof is coming in the post. I'm excited about it. Okay, this is Heron Books, and then I need to look for Mrs. Gaskell. Let's use Control Find. Oh, it's not on there. She's not listed in the archive for this collection. Unless they've listed it under just her book. No, Cranford's not listed on the Heron Books archive. What? Cranford Literary Heron Collection Books. That's it. I found it. Publication date 68. Thank you very much, person on the internet. It's a reprint. I mean, obviously. And then I just did height and weight. Let's do height and weight again. Feel like I'm measuring babies. These are my babies. I think the width, sorry, not the weight. Sorry. The width is... It always ends up as 12 point. That's actually pretty bang on 12.5, actually. Maybe the other ones are warped. Whatever plastic sleeves I get, I'll make sure that they cover it well. 25 plus... I really didn't need to put that into the calculator. 25 plus 2.2. 27.2. And this will be the same. It will be 20.7, won't it? Yes, it will. Sweet! Now, here's a real hard one for you, Bones. Or at least something that I found hard. You're probably going to find it easy. You're probably going to be like, oh yeah, that's the edition from this time and it was printed by this person and this person's dog used to walk around Oxford. You're probably going to know all the information. But this is my copy of Mansfield Park. And I love it. Found it pretty. Thank you! Bones is here. Bones, this is good. Mansfield Park, Jane Austen. Sorry, the glare from the thing. Is that better? So it's better for seeing it, but it doesn't get lit up so well. I know that the N at the bottom is the last in a collection that when on the bookshelf spells Jane Austen. I know that about it. Because I did manage to find it eventually. But this is like old. You can see that it's very tarnished. No dates. No dates, but printed by Thomas Nelson and Sons Limited. London, Edinburgh, Paris, Melbourne, Toronto, and New York. Tiny little cream-coloured edition. Printed in Great Britain, Edinburgh. There you go. Good luck. I'm just outsourcing it now. I did manage to find this one eventually, but I remember it taking me about 3 hours. Cream coloured Jane Austen. Small books. And I know that the N at the bottom was something that I was looking up. I was like, oh, it has an N on the bottom. That spells Jane Austen. I'm deep in the bowels of the internet. I am actually looking it up. I'm not just leaving it to you, Bones. I think you just get there a lot quicker than me do because of your fabulous software. Or coding. Thomas Nelson and Sons. Jane Austen, the complete novels in one sitting miniature edition. No, that's not right. Yeah, there's one listed. Oh, that one has an N at the bottom as well. That's Pride and Prejudice. I thought it spelled Jane Austen. Am I going crazy? That one's worth £84. Is this worth money? Don't do this to me. And keep looking up mid-noms. All good, Bones. Don't worry. It's not all down to you. I will eventually find it myself. Look at that. That one has an N at the bottom. Why have they got N's at the bottom? What does this person say? Jane Austen, published around the late 1950s, originally part of a presentation box and sold with a glassine cover. Do still have mine, rather wrinkled, time-worn state. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. It's from the 50s! I feel like this is in bad condition for being from the 50s. Northanger Abbey is also listed on there and also has an N on the bottom. I thought it spelt Jane Austen. Did I put that together in my head? Rare 6-volume set. Ah, there's some. They've all got N on the bottom. I thought that... Where did I get that it's spelled Jane Austen from? Have you tried reverse image searching? No, I don't know how to do that. I don't know technology is the thing. These are in better condition than mine. I have Mansfield Park, Sense and Sensibility, Northanger Abbey Persuasion. Mansfield Park, there it is. I found the exact book in a listing on eBay. Theirs appears to have been restored in some way. Theirs is covered in tape. Mine is not covered in tape. Is it that it was sold with the tape originally and this one has the tape removed? "1959, so says this person. Clear book protector added to each volume. Original owner's name in very tidy script. A beautiful set." Okay. What did this cost me? I wouldn't have bought it if it was over a $5. I have strict rules when it comes to little vintage books. Because I could end up spending millions on them. Oh, I'm back into the Mrs. Gaskell search. I don't want to be back in the Mrs. Gaskell search. Does it have a name for the collection, though? For Nelson Classics. Nelson Classics. Does it have a list? Ooh, that looks very similar. Hang on, I think I might have found their archive. I'm scrolling. Nelson's Classics, Jane Austen. Okay, no, this is not. It would be like pocket classics, I guess. Yeah, they're the only Etsy and eBay listings I can find, but they don't tell me a huge amount. Found the complete set. Of course you have, Bones. Tell me more. Show me. This is probably the most valuable one I own, then. Which I wouldn't have expected, because yes, it's part of a set. And it's separated, and it's got wear and damage on it, but just because it's Jane Austen? Kept in small books. I'm giving Google as much detail as my tiny little brain can muster. Sorry, I needed to turn my thing off. The noise was getting to me. Sending through. Thank you. Thank you. Arigato. My small vintage collection. Yes, this is someone on Reddit. I found Jane Austen's novels from Nelson's Gift and Presentation Classics, is what it's called. Nelson's Gift and Presentation Classics. This is Reddit, so this is extremely reliable. And they put 1950s question mark. I need to be more specific than that. Oh wow! Some of them have wildly different colours, which is interesting. But I guess this would be the specifically Jane Austen one. Someone on Reddit has them. Ah, thank you. Beautiful. Mansfield Park right there in the middle. They did a few of these collections. They did a children's one, they did sort of random ones, and they did a Jane Austen one. How cute is that, though? Alright, we'll get to writing. Oh, this is my last little sheet of paper. I need to get some more. Mansfield Park. Jane Austen. Thomas Nelson and Sons. Part of a collection. Yeah. What would you call that? Gift and presentation classics? What are we doing? What are we swinging? What are we swinging? Are we sippy sipping? Thank you very much, Tay My Kidneys. Thank you. Thank you very much. Late 1950s, if it's 16 centimeters tall and 10.5 centimeters wide. Well, I can tell you that. It is 16 centimeters tall and 10.5 centimeters wide. You got exactly the right copy. Well done, you. Late 1950s. Part of classics collection. Jane Austen. What are we swinging? Well, for you, Newt, I know I could swing your way. Tay, it's good to see you. How are you? How have you been? Okay, beautiful. So I will measure this now, even though I just measured the size of it. Height equals 16. And width equals 10.5 plus 10.5 is 21. 21 plus 2.3 equals 23.3. Beautiful. Thank you very much for your help with that. I would never have gotten that 50s date from it. I'm curious as to... Also means it weighs about 300 grams. This is good. I haven't weighed any of them. I don't have a weighing scale. My friends on Overwatch last night. This is good. I know my stuff sometimes. Yeah, you do. Let me get out the Rudyard Kipling's ones before I go on a break. Now, fair warning, there is a swastika on these books. I am going to give a fair warning and say that it is a historical context, and I hope that Twitch doesn't slap me on the wrist for it. It's because they're set in India, and it was used long before the 1940s connotation, just to let you know. And as you can see, they're falling apart. So these are two editions that I've got from Rudyard Kipling. These are my oldest books. God, they need some sleeves. Look at that. They need some sleeves. I'll put that inside this one. They have been dated in the front. This one's 1928. Oh, okay, maybe they're not my oldest books then, if I've got a signature from 1911. But these are the ones I feel most excited about, because I don't think that many of these were printed. Because it was before he really found his recognition. He found his recognition after the war, didn't he? Uniform with this edition. Macmillan and Co. Limited, St. Martin Street, 1928. First pocket edition, 1908. Reprinted, 1928. That seems fairly straightforward. They just very much need rebinding. Limits and Renewals is 1932. That's in worse condition, but it is much younger. Same story on here. Absolutely the same story on here. Okay, let me write this all down. Oh god. The pages, they're falling apart. Definitely need a sleeve for these guys. Before it was a megalomaniac, psychotic motherfucker stole it and ruined it like he did with everything. Facts though, Pale. Dumb fuck couldn't be a painter, so he decided to be a twat instead. That's so real. My oldest book is second edition signed copy of Gone with the Wind. And what age is that? What time was that printed? Also, sorry, I'm moving things around. I need to get some more cards. Oh lord, I can't get them out my fingers. There we are. We're on to blue cards. These are study cards I bought for uni. But I didn't study much. It's in storage, let me Google. All good, Tay. I'm glad to hear we have more vintage book enthusiasts in chat. I'm very enthusiastic, but I don't buy vintage books from places where they know what they have, if that makes sense. I don't buy vintage books from places where it's like a vintage book shop or vintage books where somebody has already assessed and done it. I buy it from places where they're just thrown in a shop and it's anyone's guess as to where they're from. I like doing the detective work. Traffics and Discoveries. Rudyard Kipling. I love these little blue, when you take the covers off, the little blue. So you see how the cover, the paper cover, has taken all of that damage and preserved the blue? That is such a rich, deep blue for something that is nearly 100 years old. Used to be my jobs in charity shops. Hell yeah, Bones! First edition Gone with the Wind upstairs. Give me dates, give me dates. That's so cool, though. Okay, 1928. I'm gonna trust the person who has dated this. Get that for £4. What a steal. Lovely. Is that part of any specific collection, though? I'd love to know. Or is it just the Macmillan collection? $1928. Let's take a look. Don't tell me it's worth £200. Don't do this. I bought this for £4. Yeah, Just So Stories. So it doesn't look like it's that edition from the outside, but this has got the blue cover online. These are really well preserved. I get so lucky with my vintage finds, if I'm honest. I get really lucky with them. Oh, do you know what? I hate when I go to a website, the first thing that it gives you is a chat box pop-up that says, "Hi, I'm an AI, how can I help you?" Fuck off is how you can help me. Leave me alone. Yeah, Just So Stories. It probably says that. Oh no, it doesn't. Just So Stories is a different book. It's not the collection. What is the name of the collection? Those are matching. I can't find any listed on here with the original paper. Limits and Renewals, 1932. That is listed on here. Hardcover editions. I think they're just vintage prints. I don't think they were part of any collection. But because they have the same cover, it makes me want to have a named collection for them. But I think that this was just the way that they were done. It used to be my jobs in charity shops. June 1936. The first edition ran for only May 1936. Oh, Tay, that's so special and rare. Paper covers can sell for as much, if not more, than the books. Are my messages coming through? Keep saying message failed to send. A few of them did. The ones I read out did. 1.6 million. Pale. If any of this was worth over $1 million, I would be selling it and I would be getting out of my parents' house. You best believe. You best believe. Be nice though. Yeah, again, there's a whole different set of copies which are red. But the blue ones seem to go... Blue boards with gilt, lettering spine, gilt decoration, elephant to front board, rubbing to top and bottom of spine and rubbing to corners, end papers tanned. Pre-owned, 1928, very good. But what's the thing? Oh, what are we swinging? What are we swinging? Move! Lady Megora with the move! Thank you very much for the move. I appreciate it. I may take a small break in a bit, just to go to the bathroom. My messages have been going wonky too. No bones! Newt would be ordering all the gear from Pale with 1.6 value book. I really would. 0.6 of that would definitely be going towards Pale. Remember, if any of us win the lottery, we win the lottery. Thank you, Lady Megora, for reminding me to stand up. I think in a few minutes... Once we hit 2 hours of stream, I am going to get up, use the bathroom, and also hunt out that copy of Vanity Fair, which I forgot. I got that in a hospital sale. So I was nipping into hospital for one of these tests, and the hospital near me does a vintage book sale in one of the corridors, which is wild. That is a thing that happens. But it raises funds for the hospital, so they sell them pretty cheap. I got a Deadpool comic for a couple of pounds, and that was worth about 20. And I feel a bit bad because it's raising money for the hospital. But it's a really good place to get vintage books for a deal. I also got a vintage farming guide, which, oh, it kills me. It really makes me laugh. I'll fish that out as well. Our local library once a month sells the duplicate books. See, I think that would be a really good idea. But the Oxfordshire libraries have a system where I think it goes to online listings. We have two things. We put the retired books for online listing and sell them for like 50p. And if that doesn't work and they go through a few rounds of that and they really won't sell, they go to charity shops. That's my understanding of it. It used to be that they went straight to the charity shops, but now they go through that. Lurk must be a parent. All good, Tay. Well done for being a parent. Better than my dad. I don't think this has a name of a collection. I think this is just a print. Just So Stories is the most common version of this. I think it's just Macmillan editions. Blue Macmillan editions, I think. That's all that there is to say about that. Collected work, Macmillans. Yeah, and there seem to be... with There don't appear to be any listed online with the original paper cover. There's none. None of them have the paper colour, and they all look a lot worse than these copies, and that's because the paper has taken the damage. I have lucked out on these copies, I think. Wow. There's none that I can... There's not one picture online with the original paper. That is insane, but also explains why the paper is in such awful condition. Like, it's good, but then this one has pieces coming off. I mean, this is just broken along the back, you see? So I want to get these in plastic as soon as possible. If I can just get the paper into plastic, I'll be happy, and then I can wrap that around, and it will be its own protected covering of it. But because it's held together so well, these are really good copies. I've never stopped to look at them before. Most of these I pick up on holiday and I bring them home and I put them straight in the box, but you see how smooth that copy is? Look at that. That's from 28. In 2 years, that's 98 years old. Look at it. I would think that's a rebind. But it's not. That's just because the paper's taken all of the damage. Look at that. That's really good quality. Right, anyway, before I write those notes down, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go fish out those other vintage books, but also I'm going to take a little stream break because this has been a lot of processing, and because of that, I'm going to pop on Words on Stream for you because I've managed to fix Words on Stream. Did I manage to... No, I need to mute. Yes, I have muted Words on Stream. Wonderful. The music of Words on Stream gets to me. There we go. I will be back. Let me give myself time to fish them out. I will be back at 8:50. That gives me 20 minutes to sort them out. I probably only need 15. I might be back before then to play Words on Stream with you. Let's do this, Pale. Absolutely, Megora. But I'll see you all in a bit. I wish you the best of luck with Words on Stream, and I'm going to go find those books and use the bathroom. I will see you in 20 minutes. Good luck! Hello, hello, I am back with a few minutes to spare. My goodness. Okay, I have a treat for you. I dug out not only the Vanity Fair copy that I have, which I think is 50s or 60s. Never mind, it's 1933. It's in ridiculously good condition. Oh, no, it isn't. Okay, yeah, the foreword is done. Oh, no, maybe it is. Anyway, I'll get back onto the camera in a second. I know you guys are playing words on stream. But I dug out Vanity Fair, a pocketbook of British birds, which I completely forgot that I ever had. And it makes me really happy because it's got these like full printed bits in them. And it's got a little note in the front from the 40s. This is from 1944. That is labelled. The Woman in White, which I recently bought from the charity shop. This is 60s? 67. And then there's big old Charles Dickens bit. So we got 4 more books to do. Which I would like to date and get as much information on as possible. I think the Charles Dickens one is the most modern. ISBN. Copyright 1981. Yeah, this is my youngest book. I do believe. Still, 81 is over 40 years old. Wild, isn't it? In Whisker, how are you getting on? How are you getting on with words on stream? Oh, you're on level 4. Hello, hello. Let me play for a bit. I fancy playing. Tink, like Tinkerbell. Gink. Gate, akin, king, giant. Doubt they'll let me have ain't. Knit, nice. Can I have nat? No, it's gnat, isn't it? Can I have gnat? Yes, I can. Auntie, beautiful. If only you had a H, you could have knight. Very well done, everyone. A very well done too. I'm here now, so I can skip these little bits. Very well done to Pale, Bones, Magora, and me. Thank you very much for playing. We will continue, because we play until we fail. But thank you very much for playing in my absence. I appreciate it. Let us continue. Kant, as in the theorist. Whee! Why am I getting nothing for this? Wire. We can have wire. Maybe one of the E's is fake? One of the E's is fake, then ever. It won't. No, it's not one of the E's. Review. What's fake? I can't actually see what's fake there. The U? You fake? You fake. You is fake. You fake. Can I have via? Yes, I can. Wive? Wivey? You want to wive me up? I'm out of ideas. Oh, ewer is apparently a word. Absolutely. Oh, pale. Oh, we got one left. GG, everyone. Or GR, everyone. Not as in good round, but as in grr. Like a beast. Grr. Oh shit, that's a word, apparently. Thank you very much to Pale, Bones, and Magora for playing. We go on to the next round. Next round is level 10. I think our record's 23. We got this. I should have got that one way quicker. Oh, one of the letters in Pete is fake. P fake? I'm allowed heart. I'm allowed earth. P's fake, right? Rather beautiful, Pale. See if that's a word. He is indeed fake. Lesbian core. I doubt they'll let me have the... Yeah, of course you would get that, Pale. Hater, beautiful. You can have hater, then you can have hate. If you can have heart, then you can have here. Tear, lovely. Great, beautiful. Am I through to the next round? Rare, beautiful. Heart, beautiful. I don't know. I lost the will to live at the end of that. I don't know why, I just lost my words. I ate with heart and earth and then I just checked out. Thank you, Pale, Bones, and Magora again. Nope, beautiful. Pale, how dare you pay me compliments? How dare you, sir? Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Right, there we are. All done and ready. Let's go! What round are we on? Round 11? Yeah, round 11. Oh, Lord. One of the letters is fake. I doubt they'll let me have that because it's not an English word. It's used in English. I can have X's. So the X is not fake, neither are both of the E's. I have sexes? Yes, I can. Excuses, wonderful. So D is fake? Let me just check that. D is fake. Indeed it is. Execs, wonderful. Excuse, wonderful. Excuses, excuse, execs, X's, sexes. So juice would be a great one. Excess, wonderful. Well done. And through the next round. Cuss! Cuss is very Fantastic Mr. Foxcore, which is my favorite movie. You're gonna cuss at someone, you ain't gonna cuss again, dude. Don't you cuss at me, son. Cess? I don't know why I just can't think of any now. I seem to do well at the start and then it just disappears. C is beautiful. Very well done to everyone playing again. Including myself. I can congratulate myself. I need to grow an ego. I need to become a narcissist. It runs in the family. Ah, fail. Alright, here we go. Level 12. Good luck, everyone. Ooh, this is an interesting one. There's hardly any. Smart. You're not allowed smart. Am I allowed Mars? No. S fake? Mart? I'm allowed Mart. S fake? S fake? Moat. Marmot. Yes, S fake. S being fake is nasty. There it is. Tram. Ramped. I'm out. I'm out. Is anyone else out? I'm out. Rome. Beautiful. I have Mome. It's like when you Mome, but then you get... I'm stealing. Thank you, Pale. I always steal yours at the end because it locks you out. It's so mean. That's it. That's it. Alright, next up, level 15. We are whizzing through this. I'm getting on for stream time. Oh, you get a behind the scenes look. I didn't realise it would switch with me. There you go. Enjoy the mod look. I have no idea on the last one. For real, though. I wondered if ads were coming and I didn't... No, ads are not coming. Ads have just happened. I apologise if anyone gets stuck in ads. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Hidden letter 2. Ravioli! Ravioli! Oh my god, it does fit! Okay. R-A... Okay, we have an extra A to work with. And P is fake. No fucking way, Pale, you got that. Voila. Beautiful. Yes, as you should say. I can't believe you got that. That's all I can say, for real. Can I have viola, as in the instrument? Yes, you can. Viral, gorgeous. I'm out. I think I'm out. Rival, gorgeous. I think I'm out. I'll steal from you. I got you. Rival up there? I think Rival's up there, yeah. Oval. I got you. Pale, you have the strength of 2 players. No, that's it. We're both locked out. God damn it. Oral. I mean, is that part of the game or is that just a request? Thank you very much for playing level 15. Very admirable to everyone here, especially considering that there were only a few of us playing. Thank you to Pale, Bones, and Lady Magora for playing. Thank you so much. I will see you all back over in the stream. And I'll show you what I managed to dig up. The jigsaw's going very well. I see you working on that. Request it's a command, little pen. Listen, I would never be into that. Listen. So this is I picked this up after work. It's another copy of The Woman in White. And I picked it up. I just thought it looked old. I didn't have much time to review what was in it or anything like that. But I have 2 copies of Woman in White now. The other one was, and I completely forgot I bought this. It's a pocketbook of British birds, and it has the cutest little thing up in here. It says Barbara L. Radcliffe, Bristol, 16th of the 5th, 46. With much love from V. And I love that signature so much that I got this book, I think. And it's the cutest little pictures in it. It's slightly water damaged, but what can you do, eh? And then this one was the Vanity Fair copy that I got from the hospital sale when I went in for a scan. And then this one that's my youngest book. It's just a huge Charles Dickens. So, let us date these and put these in the thing. I think we'll start with Vanity Fair because that's what I promised. No, Vanity Fair. Because that's what I promised. So it has this cute little unicorn on the front. See if that light has some use. Yeah, you see? I'm not sure if that dictates the edition. But it is dated on the inside, which is lovely. Vanity Fair. Also, a reminder, I'm currently reading The Three Musketeers on my YouTube channel as part of the very first Threshold Met up there of the fundraiser. I'm live reading vintage books. Well, not live, but I'm reading vintage books on YouTube right now. It makes me very happy. A novel without a hero. W M. Hooray. This is with illustrations by the author. I didn't know he did his own illustrations. Huh. (1933). And I don't actually know the company. Is that the unicorn is dictating the company? Or am I being silly and just not saying it? Daily Express publications. I was being silly. Okay, there we go. I've got chat up on the computer now, so I can stop looking on my phone. I needed my phone to type. Let me look up that unicorn. Unicorn. No, it's giving me unicorn books. No, that's not what that's really not what I meant. Highly collectible limited edition book series published by Daily Express newspaper. Is it? In the 1930s. Is this part of it? Vintage book sets. Oh, this is part of it. Unicorn, and then this is Vanity Fair. In red. Ooh, this is a bit more interesting than I thought. Well, that's the copy. This is from Country House Library, which is a bit reliable. Red and gold, 1933. Yeah, this is exactly the copy. It doesn't give you much more information other than that is the collection. Huh. That's cool. I didn't know that that would be, like, such a thing. So this is limited edition, but it's not, like, super expensive. But still cool. The unicorn has a meaning. Don't think I have any more information for this. Other than height and width. Let's do those now. Ooh, 18.9 centimeters. That's oddly specific. Probably supposed to be 19. Vanity Fair is quite a thick book. 13.1 times 2 is 26.2. 26.2 plus 3.9. Which is probably supposed to be 4. Is 30.1. Beautiful. I got this copy from a from that hospital sale that I was talking about. Really cool. That it would just be sat there. Alright, in the collection. In the collection it goes. Those ones I've already done. Let's do the bird book. Because I'm quite interested in this bird book. I completely forgot I had bought this. It was only when I went into my brother's room that I remembered, because it had somehow been put with his books. So... Is that Radcliffe or Rawcliffe? Really hard to tell. With much love from V. So this was printed in London. And the stuff in the front is from the 40s. Third impression, 1944. So this is 1944. British Birds. It says edited by C.A. Hall, so I guess I'll put that as the author. C.A. Hall. By Black. It's definitely got water damage. This has been taken out bird watching, I think. But that's good, because it's had use. I like that it's had use. (1944), and then this is further indented with 1946 at the front in Bristol. And again, I would really like to find the person that this belonged to. With much love from V. Barbara L. Rawcliffe. I see. I don't know if it's Rawcliffe or Radcliffe. Yeah, I'd have to go into, like, Bristol archives. It's nice of her to label it so well, though. Huh. Still cool. There we go. 1944 measure. This one's an odd one. It is 13.6. Which is 27.2 by a tiny little 1.9. I'll put it as 2 because it's halfway between there. Plus 2. 29.2. Width. It's long and squat, this book. Like me. Long and squat. Exactly 17. Oh, I smudged my ink. Let's not smudge my ink and then put it in a vintage book. Let's not do that. Wait for it to dry. And then let's do my most recent edition. How is 10:10 p.m. and the sun just went down? No, for real! It's 15 past 9 here and it's still very bright outside. Also, my camera needs to come down a bit. I bought this for £5, Helen and Douglas House. Take that little label off. I kind of like to know how much I bought it for, but not at the sacrifice of any of the cover or anything. And so this was a library book at Cheney Girls' School. Cheney Girls' School is stamped on both interiors. But then it's been crossed out and someone's put Marla Thambithway, who must be the next owner. But then Susan Sternberg owned this from 1968 to 69. Now, does anyone know what that means? She's put V12. Susan, what does that mean? Does that mean the year she was in? If she was a student? Any ideas? Any code breakers in the chat? V12, really odd. So this looks like another one of, it looks very similar to the copies of, or the copy of, hang on, let me find it. It's one of the very first books that we opened here. It's got the C's. You're going crazy. Which book was it? Yes. It was the Three Musketeers. They've both got the C's on the inside. Do you see? And they're both by Collins. So I can only assume that that is a Collins classic thing. Collins classic. Printed during this era. So this is 1967. This one, 1952. Woman in White will keep on. So I'm starting to get duplicates. I have 2 copies of The Woman in White and 2 copies of another thing. It's not Vanity Fair, is it? Two copies of some Charles Dickens, I think. Because Cheney's not a girls' school anymore, is it? 1967. Collins Classic. Collins Clear Type Press. What have I put for this one? Collins Clear Type Press, yeah. Yeah. Stamped I Hate Jarins. I'll put stamped Cheney Girls. Cool. Signed. Through the years. So if it came out in 1967, and this Susan is saying that she owned it from 68 to 69, then she must have donated it to her library at Cheney Girls' School? How long was Cheney a girls' school? Let's get the timeline here. Then moved to New Inn Hall Street at 1901 under the name Oxford Central Girls' School. Interesting. Cheney Girls' School. Eventually the school became Cheney Girls' School. For 4 years, between 1957 and 1961, boys only were admitted. Cheney Boys' School, after which girls were then admitted from 1962. And did they decide? Whether they were known as Cheney Mixed. Cheney Girls' School. Oh, a separate school. Cheney Girls' School. I'm interested in the girls' school. Cheney Girls' School, 1967. I assume that this will be Oxford, because I found this book in Oxford. The girls' school ran from 1936 to 1972. Yeah. So this would have been 1967. And then when it merged to the Cheney Technical School, they probably gave it to a student. That's good to know. My bed is calling me. No worries, Lady Megora. Also, I have not forgotten your letter, Redeem. I have it all written out. I just need to send it. Vicky begging me for something, probably attention or snacks. I'm going to pick out a nice dream and live in a fantasy world until reality kicks my butt again. So valid. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow for Writing Club, Lady Megora. It's wonderful to see you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for supporting the fundraising streams. I really, really, really appreciate it. You lovely, lovely person. Now we measure. This is 18.7 in height. 11.8. 23.6 plus 2.2. 25 point. Lovely. Gonna make me write tomorrow because I've fallen behind on work. Oh, bless you. You've been recovering from an operation, Lady Megora. If there was a time to fall behind on work, it's now. Take it easy on yourself, but I will try and whip your butt into shape. I'll do my best to be motivating. Come on, Megan. You can do it. Pave the way. Put your back into it. Except don't, because you might hurt your back. Alright, time for my final and youngest vintage book. What a thick boy this is. Look at that. So it's complete and unabridged. Oliver Twist, Great Expectations in Two Cities. I bought it just because how handsome is this book? It's by Octopus. I just thought it was a really cool, handsome book. I wasn't really looking for vintage, I don't think. £4. It's nothing. Copyright 1981. This edition first published in Great Britain 1981 by Octopus Books Limited in London. And this looks like the octopus. The octopus. Treasury of World Masterpieces. I've not looked up the thing. Treasury of World Masterpieces. Charles Dickens. Let's take it up. Selected Works version 1. Treasury of World Masterpieces. Treasury of World Masterpieces. Yeah, I can see plenty of the editions for this. And it's nice that it has an ISBN. It's young enough to have an ISBN. That's really nice. Lovely. Charles Dickens, and then when did I say this was? 81, right? That's still vintage. Don't get me wrong. It's still vintage. This is printed in the United States. Oh, but that's the ISBN, yeah. This edition first printed in Great Britain by 1981 by Octopus Books. I'm not going to measure this one because there's no reason for me to put that in a plastic wallet. There's no reason whatsoever for me to put that in a plastic wallet. But yes, those are my vintage books. I hope you enjoyed this with me. Where am I doing for time? Oh, wow, I'm bang on 3 hours. No way. That's insane. Well, I'll still keep chatting while I pop these away. So, as promised, I will be reading some of my vintage books and uploading those to YouTube. The first episode is available already of The Three Musketeers. My reading out loud isn't fabulous, but that's sort of the point of the exercise. I want to get better at it. Ergo, I do it more. Oh, I have some like ink spots on this. Why do I have ink spots on this? Hang on, the box it's going in needs a clean. As long as ink is dry, we're good. Must have leaked out of my pen. Or I could have picked it up on one of the books. That is also possible. Right, let me leave that to dry 1 moment, and then I will put them all away. I hope you enjoyed it. So, I now know my oldest book and my most valuable book. My oldest book is a weird one because it's been rebound, but the rebinding is still older than anything else I have in the collection. So, oldest book, Lady Barnhouse School, The Call of the Homeland, from 1907, rebound in 1911. How cool is that? So even though this was rebound in 1911, I really feel like this paper on the inside. Oh no, it is stained. Thank you very much, Pale. It is stained, and this is a post-it note. Ah, you can get it out. Thank God for that. I was frightened by that. As long as I can get that out, I'm good. And then we've looked up that we think that is Mrs. Beard. 1911 signature in there. Wonderful piece of history. That pause. Don't know what you mean. Wonderful piece of history. Lovely, lovely book. And then this is my most valuable one. This is the Mansfield Park Jane Austen as part of the collection. It would be more valuable if I had the collection, but that's fine. I'm not in it for the value. This is from the late 50s. And then they have these wonderful 3, all from the 60s as well. A lot of these are from the 60s, surprisingly. I think maybe the 60s is when things really, or classics really took off. People started to realise what classics meant to them, what they grew up reading, and having read to them. So, there we are. I think the box... Oh, the box is not dry yet. Okay, I can't put them away yet. In the meantime, I'll show you my Deadpool comic, which I got for £2. It's called Dead Presidents. I'm fairly sure he goes around assassinating presidents in it. And this wonderful Young Farmers Club booklet from the 1940s, which I also picked up, which I thought was just so fun. I just love old stuff, man. And what freaks me out is that a lot of these are over 100 years already. This, from 1911, 115-year-old book. And when I pass that on, depends how long I live, to be honest, but when I pass that on, that's going to be ridiculously old. I hope that my children never get rid of these. Because we had a bunch of collected stuff, or my mother at least used to collect stuff, but unfortunately my father sold a lot of it. And so we don't really have a lot of old stuff in the house, and I really enjoy history and holding history. And I would have enjoyed that. We have an old newspaper from a day the Pope met my mother. That's a fun one. But I'm not a kleptomaniac. This will be limited to one box, but it'll be one box of really fun history, I hope. 1 second. There we are. I dried the box so I can put them away. So I'm going to put the youngest on the bottom. The youngest and the best hardback. The best hardbacks on the bottom. Because that makes sense to me. That the most sturdy and robust would go along the bottom. Pop it on my desk. You can see what I'm doing. Oh, the camera. Smack the camera. So, the youngest and... Oh god, that camera angle. Am I a professional? The youngest and most robust down at the bottom, and then any further hardbacks on top. And then... I had it like this... And then I put the Kiplings on top to avoid any rubbing. But it looks like that's not going to work with the addition of the other ones. I will try and put the Kiplings here. So that they fit snug and that they don't move. Woman in White can go in the middle. And then these, as the oldest and most valuable, need place. That's going to keep them pretty safe. Be a nice place for it to go, but it's not going to fit. We're playing book Tetris. I don't think anything's going to fit on top of that unless I put these additions on top of it. That might muck up what I've done with the Kiplings. No, we're good. Still too proud, though. We'll have to keep them there. Put this one on the bottom. How long before I need to open up another box for this? I mean, really. How long realistically? How long can I get away with this? It's the perfect size to fit there, but it's just not the perfect height. Let's put that on top, and let's put that in the middle. That is very close to fitting, but very snugly. That one just doesn't fit. Which is the oldest one and needs to fit the most. Let me take out Woman in White, because that is my most recent one that I bought from the shop. So we'll lay that. We can lay that on top. Sort of, is the answer. I think that's going to be too proud. Yeah, it is. Help! Help! I have too many vintage books. What a problem to have, though. Nope, never gonna fit. We're just gonna have to leave the second Woman in White that I have out, I think. There's no way. I cannot make this work. Can the Kipling stand up? No is the answer to that. Plus, I'm already chipping away at the paper on those. I really don't need to do any more. I really wanted them all to fit in the box. And I feel like there is space in the box, but I need to rearrange things. Do it like that, but then they're left leaning, and I don't like that they are leaning. Too proud. Oh, I don't want to damage the paper. We'll be here for another half an hour, just bear with. That's what I say to all of my partners, Pale. As I say to all my partners. Damn it. I thought rearranging it would help. It's just made it worse. That might work. Hang on. That might work. Hold on. Put that there, put this here. Yes! It works! And I usually tape these up, but I tape it and leave enough air. Because you're supposed to give books some air. Try that again, but with fishing it this time. Finishing it. Oh, yeah? Feel like there is space in the box, but I need to rearrange things. No. Mm-hmm. Alright, taped, but with space. This is good too. And because it is... I had it more balanced last time. I need it... Why does that not work? It's just too long. That's less proud. But I've mixed up the additions. That's fine, because I have them written in now. Et voila! Et voila! Right. All that there is left to say is thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me on the fundraising streams. I will see how much has been raised by this stream through ads and biddies and all those things, and I will add them to the total. And if we do go over that little bit, then we will be doing a paper mache mask making stream next time. Because that is the redeem. I'll keep the puzzle room open if you fancy playing it. But without further ado, I might head out. Let me just check something real quick. Yes, it's a paper mache mask making stream at 200 and we're on 175.72. So I'll keep adding what is raised on these streams. And I really appreciate anybody who watches, anybody who sticks around, and anybody who watches ads. I really appreciate it. It's just too long, Noon. I'm still working on it. You're still working on what? The quotes? It's just too long. It's just too long. That is a heavy box. Big box for Ron. I'll put that on top. And the Dumas one is staying out because that is the one that I am reading on YouTube at the moment. I have a whole recording of chapter 2, and that is ready to go up. I just need to edit it. I'm still doing the puzzle. That's okay. I'll keep it open. I'll keep the room open. No worries about that, Vale. Let me see. I'll say that we won't raid out just because I'm fairly tired and I have some video editing to do. But I will say thank you for being here, chatting, lurking, being here, everything in between. Everything helps for these streams. Even if you think you're not doing anything, you are, because you're here. And I will be continuing to share clips. I will be continuing to read the vintage books on YouTube. All of that, if I can get any revenue from that, that would be great. And I will all put that towards the new setup. That is the purpose of these Wednesday streams. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being so lovely. Thank you for the biddies. I will add it all up and add it in to the Tiltify campaign. And I will keep you all updated as to how that's going. And we may be doing a mask making stream next time. Let's see. It has been lovely to see you. And I hope you all have a lovely night. Thank you for coping. And thank you for being so lovely about me just going through my boring old vintage books. It has been lovely for me to do that with you on stream. Hope you all have a lovely night, and I shall say goodbye, everyone.